and Sebastian, movie reviews and more.
Anytime you're ready.
So seriously, this is your first film doing?
Yes, it is, yeah.
That's incredible. I mean, wow. The stories that you just told me. And the fact that you're a drummer, I'm really happy about that. But like I said, I knew at the end when I'm looking at this, because we didn't have any press notes or anything, I'm like, this guy did a wonderful job. Who is this guy? And that's what I wanted to know. And so I went home and I'm like, oh, his first movie? Who would have known? Who would have known?
Yeah, it took us 5 years to make, and it was one of those things where we were learning as we were going, learning how to make a movie, but because we spent so much time doing it, and I'd studied music before, I was able to draw off my music studies and use that as a source of information for how to make a film, which I since found that there's a lot of crossover between music and film.
I like what you said. It's this movie was like putting the band together, the right band, which makes a lot of sense. It's almost like me assembling my team. I never thought about it that way, but it's true. You've got to have those right elements. You've got to have the right ingredients, or else it's really not going to work. And it sounds like everything just fell into place for you guys.
Yeah, well, that's something I learned from Clark is how to put a good band together, and you have to surround yourself with the right people and the most talented people that you can find. And that's really helped me along the way, because when we first started the film, it'd be like walking into a dark room and then slowly turning up the lights, and then walking into another dark room and then the information I take me a while to learn how to do each thing. But once we got some really great people involved with it, I could just ask, what should we do here? How do we do this? And so once we developed this team, it's really, really helped support the story of Clark and Justin,
What's the family think in Australia? They've got to be really, really happy.
They're really stoked. They've actually travelled out here for the premiere tonight, and it's a hard thing to explain to somebody while you're on the path of making a documentary. It's such a risky endeavour, and there's a good chance that it might not be any good, but so I've just been explaining to my friends and family over the years, this is the thing, I'm doing it for Clark, I'm trying to get it finished, and now we finished it, and thankfully people are enjoying it,
What do you hope the audience gets out of seeing Keep On Keepin On? Because it is a great movie and it's an inspirational movie to see.
I hope they for starters get to experience the personality and the giant that Clark Terry is, and what he stands for as far as mentoring and how important it is to pass on what you know. It's an easy thing to say, we should pass it on, but Clark really lives by it, and that was one of my biggest intentions going into the film, is to bring that to light of how important it is to Clark to pass on the jazz language. And making this movie, I didn't want to make a jazz biopic. That's not what I was interested in doing. I really wanted to make a story that anybody could connect to and think about for themselves what is it that they could pass on in their lives, whether or not you're good at karate or boxing or anything, that there's something that you could let somebody else into. That was my, and also the idea of finding your own voice had always intrigued me, and because I studied drums, and when I was a member of Clark's band, a lot of your study is geared towards trying to work out who you are as a musician and as a person. And Clark's helped so many musicians like Quincy Jones and Miles Davis, just to name a couple, help them find their own voice in their music. But he's done it with thousands of other students, so I kind of wanted to understand that mystery. And that's what's so great about Justin, the piano player who's in the film. He was in the middle of that journey trying to find his own voice. And it intrigued me because I'd been doing the same thing, and I just love the idea of slowly figuring it out, and that's what we brought out in the film, hopefully.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
No worries.